Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the first annual interview. Now, this video is based off of the interview that's done annually with Billie Eilish by Vanity Fair. I watched it and I thought it was a pretty cool concept to be able to reflect on the same questions on different stages in your life. So I decided I want to do that myself. And I'm glad I found this format of doing it because to an extent I've been doing it in my vlogs. I'd give you my opinion on something as time goes by and you get to see how it changes. But this way it's kind of formalized and you can see it happen. You don't really have to go looking for it. Honestly, I wish I did this beginning of last year so I could compare what my opinion was before 2020 happened and after. But you know, late rather than never, so let's get started. My name is Zelda Visser. Today is the 28th of December 2020 and you'll be seeing this the 6th of January 2021. I am 21 years old. I currently have 327 subscribers. And it could be 328 if you click that button too. Man, I'm gonna cringe at that self-promo years from now. My favorite picture that I posted this year must be this one. My most liked photo? I honestly don't know off the top of my head. I think it's this one. A year from now, I would have completed my honors and I'll hopefully be getting ready to do my master's. I'd probably feel a little bit more prepared for what's coming, and also I already kind of know what postgrad is like, so I'd be more prepared for masters. Hopefully by then my channel is monetized, some high hopes, but I really want to get monetized in the next year. That's a goal I'm working towards. I think my hair will be longer. I think I'll be staying in the same place, that's the hope. I hope my eyeliner game is better. I hope I have new lashes by then. Hopefully I have a kitty next year. I really want a pet. And hopefully I'm happy. I wish I could have learned sign language this year. I started with it, I tried, I'm following a bunch of people that do sign language and regularly I do interact with it, but I wish I put in more time, more effort so I could be a little bit more fluent now. But yeah, I'm not very confident in it and I can't use it yet. And I really wish I was at that point where I could. I hope next year I am fluent in sign language. Just look at you. You're done with honors? You are on your way to a PhD. Just 3 short years to go, you're past halfway. Look at everything you've accomplished, because I know you get like real focused on the numbers as you go along. Like take a step back and see how much you actually got over the past year. You have made progress even though you didn't necessarily reach the milestones you were hoping to reach. And also, if you haven't had popcorn recently, you should get yourself some popcorn. I love popcorn. Materialistically, there's a lot of stuff. I now have a ring light, I now have a filming desk. But I also have a new job, I have new experiences, I have a degree, I have new skills. But then I also have more confidence, I have more bravery. I don't want to say less fear, so I'm more brave. I have a better concept of reality, like I know where I stand, I didn't know that last year. And I know more about politics, like I feel like I'm a bit more of an adult. Like this year, with everything that happened, I actually got involved and was on Twitter a lot, so I have a better understanding of what's happening in the world in general. And I think that's more important than any materialistic thing I didn't have last year. But probably the biggest thing I have this year I didn't have last year in terms of materialistic things is the phone I'm filming on right now. This is a much better camera than I had before, so I think it definitely improved the quality of my content. The most important thing to me right now is my self-sufficiency, and I want to improve that. Like I am taking care of myself, I'm paying all my own bills, I'm buying all my own groceries, but I want to work on that. I want to work on earning more, I want to work on paying off my uni debt, I want to work on getting somewhere in life that I'm happy to be for the rest of my life. And I'm sure that won't happen in just 1 year. I still have a long journey ahead of me, but I am focused on that. And recently I was kind of forced to look at it more critically, and I'm now very driven to get to a place I want to be. But it's also important to me to realize that I am not alone as much as I like to pretend I am. I do have the neighbor and we are in this together, and it's important to me to include him and not to try and steamroll him. I don't think there are any rumors about me on the internet. I'm not important enough yet, which is fine. I don't have to worry about that as of now. I'm struggling with not cutting people off. I tend to cut people off when it's not going my way, and not in like a shallow way, but if there's any struggle that I don't have to face, I'd rather just cut that person off and go on instead of putting in the time and the effort to fix it. And sometimes it's worth putting in the time and the effort, and the outcome is better if you fix it. And it's hard because you have to cut some people off, and I have hard limits. If you make me feel this way, if you do this to me, I'm not wasting my time on you anymore. But sometimes I jump to that too quickly, and right now I'm struggling with fixing it instead of just throwing it away. And I don't want this to come across that I'm like just a coward that runs away. I just know how to pick my battles, and I know not to waste my time and energy on certain things. But this is the biggest thing that I can't just walk away from. And I obviously can't say what it's about because I don't think personal things belong on the internet, especially not if it affects other people. But up to this point, the things I've had to cut off have been relatively small. But this I would regret if I were to cut it off as much as I want to. So I'm really struggling with trying to navigate this the right way. Honestly, my friend Christina, and it's kind of unfair, we haven't hung out in a while because social distancing is a thing. So we don't get in our casual conversations anymore, but if I really need advice on something, I message Christina. I really want to improve my editing. I have new editing software to play with, which has been pretty difficult. It's a little too hectic for the computer I have, but I want to really fine-tune my filming technique. I want to get like a background up. I want to set up my lighting properly. I want to have a whole system going so I can be like properly proud of it and genuinely say I'm doing my best. But also I want rings. I have earrings, I wear a lot, I enjoy my earrings, and I think it's time I start exploring the world of rings. Right now I have one that I wear all the time, and I should get a few more. The first thing I did this morning is I woke up and I saw the neighbor on his phone. He woke up before me, so he was sitting there with his new Bluetooth earphones watching a video on his phone, and when I opened my eyes he was doing that, and then he smiled and said good morning, and I said good morning back. And then I tried going on my phone, but the Wi-Fi doesn't work in the room we're in, so I got up. A positive thing in the news right now for me is that South Africa recently went back up to level 3, which doesn't sound positive to everyone. We were on level 1 and everyone was having, a good time being able to do stuff again, and now we're under stricter lockdown. But I think that's a good thing because as someone who studied virology as a part of my degree, I think it's necessary and it was time for a harder lockdown. And it's good to see that an attempt is being made. I think it's good that drastic steps are being taken. I think something I'd be worried about a year from now is Minion, my younger sibling. I'm actually worried about Minion as of now. And I'm worried that things don't get better. And next year this time, I'm also worried about Minion, what they want to do, where they want to go. Hopefully by then I've been able to help and do what I can, and hopefully by then it's been enough and I'm not sitting with the same worries I have now. The biggest thing to happen in my academic career would be the fact, number one, that I got into honors. I think that's a big deal. It feels incredibly normal going into honors, but it's not something everyone gets to do. And I am very proud of myself, and I think that is a big thing in my academic career. Another thing adjacent to my academic career is I got elected to be the academic officer of the university's executive committee for my faculty. And number one, that's giving me real life experience, and number two, I'm enjoying it. And again, that's not something everyone gets to do. I'm actually really glad I got this position. A lot of things depended on me getting this position. And I like to think it's a pretty big deal. Even though all these things, like one after the other, even though they're big and important things that happen, it just feels like that was the logical next step. It doesn't usually wow me that this is what happened. I'm happy in the moment to get the news. But then right after it was that was gonna happen. That was the next step. And I should actually make an attempt to stay aware of how cool some of the things are I get to do. No, this isn't the next step for everyone, but it is for you. But in terms of my online career, I'd say a big thing is that I hit 1,000 followers on Instagram. That is something I never thought would actually happen. And on YouTube, I think a big thing that happened is that I did a collaboration with Chess, which is a lot of fun. I never thought I'd be doing collabs, but I did, and I hope we get to do it again, and I got a friend out of it. I think my favorite YouTuber right now is Simply Nailogical. I enjoy her dumb videos. I started watching her for those, and I really enjoyed her nail art. But now I'm more focused on her podcasts, and I really enjoy the topics they discuss there. It also leads to a conversation between the neighbor and I enjoy exploring the same concepts, so I really do enjoy her content. Another big favorite used to be Mikey from Glam and Gore, but she hasn't posted in a number of months. And yes, there is a reason, but regardless of that, I can say I did enjoy her old videos, and it's unfortunate that I can't enjoy new ones now. Yes, I do have a boyfriend. His name is Aiden. He is one room over, and he features a lot. It's not a secret that he's around, and I definitely do still enjoy him. I am considering going all out and getting a doctorate. Of course, I'm only starting postgrad now, and it'll be another 4 years before I can do that. And perhaps after I'm done with my honors or after I'm done with my master's, I might get a different job offer and I won't want to continue studying. I'd rather continue working. I can't say now, but I am toying with the idea of doing my PhD someday. I can't say much about the industry because I don't think I'm part of the makeup industry. I don't do purely makeup looks and I don't associate with any other makeup channels too much. We're not part of a clique. I'm kind of just doing my own thing and whatever I think is fun, and whoever's watching is someone who thinks what I'm doing is fun. So I can't comment. I don't think I form part of an industry. Anything I'd be commenting on is the effect of social media, and I don't think that is the topic of this question. Yes, I'd say it's worth it. Number one, I've learned a new skill. I can now draw my own wing liner and I can look fancy if I feel like it. And I've also found a new hobby, something I enjoy doing. And I've also learned how to edit, and I've gotten into that side of everything and I have a new appreciation for videos and movies. Like last time we were watching The Greatest Showman and they did some incredible editing things in that movie that I don't know how to do. And I'm glad I get to see things that way. And yeah, having a YouTube channel is a very long and difficult way to gain that appreciation. I still enjoy it, and ultimately I'm making videos because I think they're fun, not because I have people wanting to watch them, on the contrary. So yeah, it's worth it because I'm doing it for myself. Don't overthink it, believe it or not. I have tried planning out videos and then it does not go according to plan, and I've tried just winging it, and honestly those videos tend to come out the best in my opinion because I just had fun. But a better way to structure it so that there's kind of a point and I don't run out of something to say, and so that I do a bigger diversity of things, is to actually plan it. And at least have like a topic I want to stab at in that thing, be it talking about my hair or talking about my cracks or talking about how I'm filming or doing a video like this. Just some small amount of planning to kind of just get the conversation going, I found is the best thing. And also scheduling. Scheduling helps so much. Not that it really matters when what video comes out, but to me it helps and I get to feel it's all cohesive and I can feel like certain parts come out at appropriate times and it's not 7 of the same video on top of each other. Planning it and scheduling it helps. I guess you can say 3 because I'm in the process of editing and finalizing 3 videos right now. But outside of that, I don't have any projects going on. Comfy or cute, but kind of low-key. Like I like anything that's a dress or something that's like leggings and a comfy sweater, and anything that helps me feel pretty but doesn't stand out too much, because as much as I enjoy dressing up, I don't want to feel out of place. So something a little bit more on the subtle side, but that I'm comfortable in, but that I think is a little bit girly and suits my figure. I want to get a little bit more into dressing up more, like obviously with lockdown, I've been living in sweats and comfy clothes. I want to wear nice dresses again, like I'm doing today. So yeah, comfy and cute. I think my best friend, even though we don't talk often enough, is probably my friend in Norway, Trude. We have never met, but I think she's very important in my life and I can always talk to her when I need to, and she makes me happy. I am also great friends with Christina and I'm very happy I have her in my life. And I think even though we're dating, the neighbor's definitely one of my best friends. I don't at all. I think it has happened once in my entire life that someone recognized me in public, and I was working as a bartender or something, and someone was there, a chick was there, and she's like, weren't you my class rep in first year? So no, I wouldn't say anyone's ever recognized me in public. Yeah, I have. I've looked at what comes up. Yeah, I wanted to see if like my name or the name I use on YouTube ranks more. And the name I use on YouTube, there is someone living in Cape Town with like a physiotherapy company running with the same name, and we're trying to brand the same name. But I often look myself up on YouTube to see what video shows up first, what's most recommended to people, and what do the people out there see when they look for me, if they look for me at all. I think I'm an overall confident person, but I think I was a little less confident this year because I was a bit out of my comfort zone. Living with a neighbor's family was kind of their terrain, not mine, so I wasn't too comfortable doing something all the time and didn't want to just put myself out there and be like, this is what we're doing now, being too intense, if that makes sense. So I kind of like pulled back a bit this year, but I'm still confident in myself and in what I want to do. A year ago, I would tell myself to not delay getting a new laptop because I definitely struggled with my old laptop this year working online. I finally upgraded now, but it was definitely time. I've had that computer for 10 years, if not more, so it was time to get a new one. And I would have saved myself a lot of headache had I just had a working computer to do things with for online schooling. I guess if uni online wasn't difficult enough, having a computer that freezes on you the whole time, that can't open certain things, that works so slow, really did not help my case. But on a more serious note, I'd probably tell myself that even though I'm trying my best to prevent something, it's not necessarily going to work. Some things are still going to happen. Even though I think I've thought about all possibilities, you didn't. More things are coming than you can ever anticipate. But also that nothing's forever, but in a good way. Just because it's tough right now doesn't mean it won't be better next week. Better things are coming. And you shouldn't beat yourself up for wanting to quit. You don't need to bartend. Advice for future me is a hard one. Like, it feels like I'd remember what I'm going through now, and I wouldn't have to tell myself again, but I think remember that there's nothing wrong with feeling what you're feeling, and that it's okay to tell people that. And that you're allowed to call people out for how they're making you feel. Like, it's so easy to convince yourself that you're seeing things or maybe it's not that bad, but sometimes it is, and you should be able to admit that, and you should be able to talk about it. And nobody has to agree with you that it wasn't your fault. I got the neighbor a watch for Christmas, and he was definitely not expecting that, which is not something I was expecting. I thought I was pretty obvious about it, and I thought he'd know, okay, yeah, she asked a lot of questions about that, that's what she's getting me. But it was a very wholesome moment to get him see him to be like that happy about it and that surprised. And I'm glad I got it for him. He wears it every day now. The last thing that almost made me cry was a movie. We've been watching a lot of movies recently, and some of them like almost get to me. But I think the last thing that actually made me cry was being told that, some people just don't care about you. You don't matter to the people you think you matter to. And it kind of hurts, like you had a bit of trust there, thinking you care about each other, just to be told they don't, and they don't consider you what you thought they did, and you will never be a part of us as much as you want to be. And I think having it told to me so directly really got to me. And I think that's the thing that can get to anyone. I think that is something that would hurt most. I am most thankful for myself. I have done a lot for myself this year. I have learned to love myself, and I've made it pretty far on my own, and I'm thankful for that. I'm glad I can rely on myself, regardless if the going gets tough. Let's bring in the babe. Let you all see what he looks like. Just a little cameo, say hi, prove you exist.
Do exist.
Hi.
Right. You done?
Yeah, this was it.
You finished? You even said goodbye?
No, I haven't said goodbye. I also haven't taken a picture yet. This is the neighbor, the boyfriend, the one and only, Aiden.
I've been introduced before.
Several times, yes. But some people still get confused. They're like, why are you talking to your neighbor so much? I'm dating the neighbor, okay?
I'm both the neighbor and the partner.
Yeah. But then, thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again next time. Bye! Hello. How are you doing? Good, thank you. Can you please do it in an hour, because I'm filming with sound. Thank you so much.